Okay, so we should introduce ourselves. My name is Soleil. I am in the J band. I'm 13 years old, and I've been going to Brightworks for this is my 5th year.
Who's going next?
You.
Oh, okay. I'm Norabelle. I am 16. I'm in Magenta Band, and I've been going to Brightworks since it started 10 years ago.
Okay. I'm Lars. I've been going here for this is my 3rd year, I think. I'm 13 and I'm in Amethyst Band.
Okay, so what do you appreciate most at Brightworks? Lars, what do you appreciate most?
Okay. My friends and the collaborators. I mean, cause everyone here is so nice and fun to be around.
I agree with Lars. The community is amazing. And it's also great that we have this space to do pretty much anything that we want. So that's really nice.
For me personally, I appreciate Brightworks because of its community and how like the teachers appreciate you just as you appreciate them. So as in a whole, Norabelle, she's in high school, but we already are close and I didn't even see her that much. And the opportunities we get where we can learn whatever we want, but still learn a majority of the thing. Like if I want to learn about uh why apples taste sweet, I could learn about that and I would still learn about basic things I need, about just learn about the things I like. So I like the freedom we get, and I appreciate how the community really gets each other, and we can get together and have fun. What stands out for you about Brightworks, Norabelle?
I mean, going back to my previous answer of the question, definitely the community and the freedom of the students. Yeah. It's great that we can do pretty much anything, like Soleil said, but then also still get basic knowledge out of it. And we do math stuff, but it's not the basic curriculum, and the students have input, so we can focus on geometry if that's what you're interested in, or something way more complicated than that. And the students are more into it because they had a part in choosing what to focus on.
My turn, right? Okay. For me, I think it's the projects and how you kind of customize it and build off other people's feedback and ideas while you're doing it. And it's not you plan ahead, but it's not pre-planned or anything. It's you figure it out as you go.
Something that stands out for me is kind of what Norabelle was saying, how the curriculums are different, but they're very different, but you still get something out of them, and it's just a different way to learn, and you can really pick the way you learn here. And the creativity really stands out to me because everything's just looked at so much bigger, so much more. You can look at something and it will be way more than what it looks like to you. That didn't make any sense, but everything is just bigger and more creative and fun. So Lars, what has been your favorite project so far?
My favorite project might be the one I'm doing this year because I feel like my first year when I made that like rockin' llama, I was like still getting used to it, and I feel like I could do a lot more than that now that I've been here for like this is my third year. So yeah, my favorite projects this year. Um, my project this year is I'm making knives. So there's basically going to be 3 iterations where I'm going to start with a stone one, which I was working on earlier today, and then a copper one, and then a iron or something one. Yeah.
And what about you, Norabelle?
I have to say my favorite project is the one I did when I would have been in 7th grade. I made a Rube Goldberg machine with 2 of my other friends. And it actually worked once, which was really exciting. But it was great just to like come up with the ideas for what it was going to be like and then puzzle through how to fix any problems or kinks.
A favorite project of mine would probably be my Frisco documentary. I made a documentary. It was like about an hour, and I interviewed a bunch of San Francisco like locals or just people who came here when they were young, and I interviewed them about the word Frisco. And basically, I worked on editing. I learned a lot about how to make a movie and better on social skills. Yeah, that was my favorite project because it just included everything I wanted to get better at and everything I was really interested in. Okay, so Narvel, what does a typical day look like for you?
I mean, we get in around 9:15 and do the circle, so we all get together for that. I like to hang out with the small children, which is always a nice part of my day. And then we go up and like do a check-in, usually like how we were doing, just to get everybody awake mostly, I think. And then in the morning we focus more on like specifically academic stuff. Like we'll do math and maybe work on a book that we're reading. And then we have lunch. And after that is more like project based, whether it's during expression where we're working on our own individual projects, or during exploration when we usually focus on doing multiple different group projects throughout that time. Yeah.
Lars, what about you?
For me, I would say it's like once you get through the front door, and like all your friends look at you and are like, basically, then the circle happens. Then you run upstairs. Then math or games and stuff, and then park, I guess, and then the rest of the day.
Okay, for me, pretty much the same because we all go to the same school, but I get up, I go to school, blah, blah. So we'll usually have like a circle in the morning and we start like a clap. And once you hear like someone starts to clap, then everyone joins in, like comes in a circle. And then we either like talk about what happened in the news, play a little game, anything like that. And that's like the whole school comes in. And then we'll get released off to our own band spaces. And we go upstairs and we usually check in about how we're doing or what we're feeling like that day. Then we'll have like an academic class since we don't really have different classes besides there's like one science teacher, but we'll just stay with like one teacher the whole day. So we'll have like different periods of the day that we do different subjects. So like in the morning we'll have some math time or some like news, like going over some news that happened. Then we'll usually have a snack and then we'll do some like projects like preparation, and then we'll go to the park for lunch. We sometimes in COVID we walk to Mountain Lake, but if like we're talking about normal times, we'll just go outside. And then we come back and have some project time. I'm sorry if you can hear my bird in the back. And yeah, that's basically our day. And it can like fluctuate because, you know, like sometimes Thursdays we have science, but it's really what the teacher feels like. And the teachers have a lot of like freedom to do what they want. I have zoo in my house. So I'm really sorry, Cindy, that you can hear that. And yeah, then after we'll just have dismissal and go home. And we have aftercare for kids whose parents work later. Lars, is there anything you change?
COVID. I mean, no, I don't know. Probably not.
If I could change something about Brightworks, I'd probably make it a little more traditional, just in my like place, because sometimes I feel like it's a little too creative, a little too broad, and a little too project based. And sometimes I wish we could just like do a worksheet one day or practice like something that some people might go to regular high schools. So maybe like practice traditional math, but like, you know, adding some Brightworks way to it. But it's not a huge problem because, you know, we still learn those ways. It's just, it's nice to learn in like a more like structured way as well as the broad version. There's not much I would change at Brightworks because it's such a great school, but maybe more science time. I really like doing science, and yeah, so maybe just more subjects to be open for us.
Okay, I thought of something. I wish that we could spend more time with the small children, because like I get to see them in the mornings and afternoons and like sometimes briefly at lunch. But like we never got to like, I don't know, we were thinking about doing a reading clubby thing with them one year. And I mean, now we can't do that with COVID, but it would be really nice once COVID has died down if we could get more into that because it's a lot of fun to hang out with them.
Brightworks is a great school to join if you're really independent, but also like to work with others. I think I've definitely got better at working with others while I've joined Brightworks because usually I just want to do everything by myself. And it's definitely good if you want to try new things, but it can lack some real like traditional structure if that's a better way to learn. But I think that Brightworks has a very welcoming community and it usually will help you and your needs. And I think it's just a great school. So it's great to try it. And if you like it, then you should stay because Brightworks is the best community ever. And yeah, so it's definitely based on what you think you might want and need for your learning experiences.
Soleil said that really well.